So, yes. Oh, Cheryl, perfect timing. Hello. So, thank you everyone for joining me today. My name is Michael Smith, the National Consumer Education Manager of Janome Canada. And yes, we're back on Wednesday for another Janome's Magical Machine Mystery Tour, this time from the Janome Sewing and Learning Center. Now, because time is always of the essence, I'm actually going to be doing another special little live just right after 2 p.m. Eastern. So, coming up in about an hour, we're going to announce and have a special post on Janome HQ Instagram for our over 1,500 followers. That yes, and I announced it a couple weeks ago that when we hit 1,500, we're going to be doing a series of giveaways, and it's actually going to be 5 giveaways. Oh, Sandra Mugman, hello. So 5 giveaways. The post will be up at 2 p.m. So in about an hour on Janome HQ Instagram page, so make sure to check it out there. Again, you need to follow Janome HQ, as we hope you do. Thank you. And then you need to like that post, and then you need to tell us what Janome magical machine, what Janome product, what partner product you would like to hear more about, see more of, and that'll definitely help me for my magical machine mystery tour going forward, and our Ask Janome HQ segment, again going forward, of what you would like to see here from Janome HQ. So then that will be in the post. Again, all the details, all the legalities, and all that will be covered in Amanda's Janome HQ Instagram post that will be up on 2 p.m. And then I thought, oh, I'll do a little bit of a live then, just so I can show you some of the fabulous goodies that you can win for our giveaways. So make sure to go to Janome HQ Instagram just after 2 o'clock Eastern to see the post and all the entries. And then again, I'm just going to do a really quick live then to show you some of the prizes, because time is going to go by so fast here. So on Janome's Magical Machine Mystery Tour, what are we going to be talking about today? Well, if you were with me 2 weeks ago here at the Janome Sewing and Learning Center, I attempted to save and share this presentation all about the various even feed feet available for Janome magical machines. So it doesn't matter which machine, Janome's got an even feed foot for you. So I had done this presentation and I did the title and everything and went to save it or share it to Instagram as always, and the presentation just disappeared. So I've been asked many times, oh, we wanted to see that presentation again, or they joined late for the live, so I'm going to redo that presentation again. So, for our Magical Machine Mystery Tour, again, it doesn't matter what magical machine you have, like, oh, maybe the fabulous HD9BE, there is a special even feed foot for virtually all Janome sewing machines. So, specifically, I had a viewer ask, can you show the even feed foot that we would use for the straight stitch only machines, like the HD9 and the HD9BE, as I have here, and even the predecessor, the 1600P. They need these even feed foot, and you'll see DB hook models. So they're the special straight stitch only machines. They have a very special setup in the bobbin area that's in the machine. They have a separate metal bobbin case. So we need to make sure that, again, we get the correct even feed foot for our machine. So there's always lots of instructions on the back of the blister pack here. So the cardboard is what you want to save. You can throw away the plastic, but keep the cardboard. Or one of our fabulous viewers, Patty, wrote in and said, oh no, she doesn't save the cardboard. She scans it and puts it in a binder. And then that way on the page, she's got room for notes and everything. So I thought, that is great. So don't even bother to save the cardboard, just scan it and put it in a notebook, so then that way you always have it for reference. So isn't that fabulous? So for your even feed foot for your HD9, or again your 1600P, the main thing about how these even feed feet attach for the various models, you'll see this big hook here. Oh, Gordon Madeline, hello. This big hook here, and this needs to go over our needle clamp bar, and that is going to make the foot walk up and down. Now, some brands call it a walking foot. Janome calls it an even feed foot. And then by having this bar over that needle clamp screw, the upper set of feed dogs basically is what's going to move your fabric evenly. So great if you're quilting through all layers, or great if you've got to match plaids, if you're doing upholstery or garment sewing or velvet, that has that nap that top layer wants to creep longer than the bottom layer. So using an even feed foot will help feed those layers together evenly, because again, in our machines we have the feed dogs, built-in feed dogs here, and then on our even feed feet, then we've got the upper set of feed dogs basically. So it's integrating to move at the same rate. So when we remove our foot here and loosen your screw, now do remember all Janome machines have this extra high presser foot lift. So my foot has dropped here. I'm removing the foot holder, but then if I need to help remove it, then again, I can lift with that extra high presser foot lift to easily remove our foot holder here. So again, when I am going to put in this even feed foot here on the HD9, I need to remove the screw of the foot holder entirely in order to get this foot on. Some models where we can just loosen the screw a little bit, but in this machine, probably because of the high speed at 1600 stitches per minute, we need to remove that screw entirely. So we want to make sure that, again, that claw goes over that needle bar in order to make it, or the needle bar needs to go in that claw here on the HD9. So there, I've got that lined up. Now I could put in that little screw again, but available from your Janome dealer, you could also get these bigger thumb screws. Then these are a little bit easier. So that's the little screw that came with the machine, but you can also get these thumb screws separately from your Janome dealer, and they may be a little easier for you to put in like that, especially if you put hand cream on, just like I do before your Instagram lives. So I can tighten it up like that, finger tighten, and then I'm going to drop my foot, and then I'm really going to tighten it up with the screwdriver here and really give it a good turn, especially again for your high speed 1600 stitches per minute. So the cool thing is now then we've got this dual feed or even feed. Oh, Luciano's here. Hello, hello. Excellent. So because we have these even feed, here is another one, which I'll show in just a minute. The even feed feet, again, they've got those upper set of feed dogs. Now, all of them are nylon. Oh, Maul is here. Hello. I hope you're doing well. All the even feed feet, the upper set of feed dogs here are nylon. So what I like to do as a tip here, when we're using the nylon upper feed dogs here against the metal feed dogs of the machine, is to always have a strip of fabric underneath. So that way the nylon isn't going to get torn up with the metal of the feed dogs. And I learned this fabulous tip from our fabulous former Janome educator and current Janome dealer, Linda Pedzmecki from the Sewing Cafe in Georgetown, Ontario. Linda imparted this tip to me, and I've always remembered it, and now I'm going to pass it along to you. So when we're going to use our even feed foot, again, with those nylon feed dogs, then we want to make sure that we're always sewing on fabric, so the metal feed dogs of the machine don't chew up the nylon in the even feed foot. So you can see those upper feed dogs are working. Now here, when we want to start our seam, how about using, instead of just a scrap piece of fabric, how about we use, this could be a half square triangle, for example. So instead of just your typical leader and ender, which is just a plain piece of fabric, how about we actually do some productive sewing at the time? So here I'm just going to sew my leader of my half square triangle, and then now I'm going to sew on a knit fabric, for example. And knits are great to use your even feed foot, again, when you want to match up the edges. So now I'm ready to do my actual seaming, and then I just butt my fabric on. So I want to line up my raw edges here. And then again, knits are great to use with the even feed foot to make sure that, again, your cut edges, your top layer and your bottom layer match at the same rate. So that's really helpful to use. Now, when I'm getting ready to then finish my seam, again, I can just take my other leader here. On this case, I've sewn both sides, but if I would, you know, just sew down the other side, or then I could sew on a scrap piece of fabric and then cut it off. So then, boom, there is my knit, you know, beautifully sewn together, and it's all matching beautifully. And then again, now we can use this, cut it down the middle, and there's our half square triangle. So that's a great way to finish and end your seam, again, very productively. It's not just a scrap piece of fabric thrown away. Another good time to use these even feed feet is now when we're going to be doing quilting here. So again, we can quilt through all layers. So if I just want to do some echo quilting, again, very easily. When I'm doing my quilting, I personally like to lengthen my stitch to about a 3 or even a 3.5 to accommodate for all that extra thickness. So that's good to, again, feed through all the layers evenly. So very beautifully here. And also another great time to use the even feed foot for your machine is, again, if you're doing your binding, and again, you're sewing through all layers. Now, this is where, again, I would lengthen my stitch at least to a 3 or even a 3.5 because you're going through all those layers. But again, all that extra bulk, if you're a bag maker, if you're sewing, you know, thicker fabrics, barbecue covers, all of that, use your even feed foot. So all those thicker layers will feed through, again, beautifully, like no problem at all. So that's for your high-speed machines. Again, HD9 Black Edition, or the HD9, you know, in the white, or the 1600p. But even machines like, oh yes, like our more basic entry level, this is our mechanical HD1000. And yes, there is an even feed foot for it as well. And again, we just have to check our blister pack and check with your Janome dealer to make sure you've got the correct one for your machine. So the even feed foot with quilting guide bar, so that's handy. Now for oscillating hook models, 5mm maximum width. So oscillating hook, if you've seen my Magical Machine Mystery Tour presentation of the HD1000, was actually, I talked about it in the premiere episode of Magical Machine Mystery Tour. Oscillating hook means it's a front-loading machine, that it's vertical, as opposed to rotary hook, which is the lay-in kind, which is horizontal. Oscillating is vertical, and again, it's got that separate metal bobbin case as well. So then we can tell a lot of our information, again, by our blister pack. So oscillating hook means it's a front loader. 5mm means the width here on our zigzag needle plate is 5mm. And we know that all the front loaders are 5mm, so that makes it very handy. So yes, there is an even feed foot here for your machine as well. And again, they all work on the same principle. This bar goes over the needle clamp screw there, the needle clamp bar, and then again you'll see those upper feed dogs working to feed your lower layer and your upper layer at the same rate. So the same setup in that we need to remove the foot holder here. And again, we love that extra high presser foot lift on all Janome sewing machines, so that really helps make it handy. So in this case, I can leave the screw in the presser foot bar here because then I'm just going to go around this foot holder. So again, that bar needs to be up, up and over the needle clamp screw. Again, it's much easier when you don't have a camera in front of you. So then again, this needs to go up and over that. And I swear it's much easier. Oh, you know, why I'm struggling? Look, this is for a high shank. That's why I had it out, whereas this is a low shank. No wonder I was struggling. I'd like to say I do this on purpose. Look at the difference. That's why I couldn't attach this one. It's a high shank versus this is low shank. So our 5mm machines are low shank, and to determine the shank is that you drop your presser foot and then you measure up to this screw here. If it's approximately 1/2 inch, it is low shank. If you drop your presser foot down and measure up to that screw, if it is about 1 inch to 1.5 inches, it is high shank. So yes, look at that difference there. So this is high shank, which will not work in your 5mm, but this is your low shank, which will work in your 5mm. That'll install, again, no problem. So again, I love to do these kind of things to then show you. Again, that will just go up and over. It'll be much easier when you don't have a camera in the way. So yes, that'll work beautifully. Now I also wanted to show you, again, a lot of these even feed feet, you can use the quilting guide bar. So I like to actually attach it first when the foot is not on the machine, holding supporting the foot with my finger underneath, and then you just snap it in place and then snap it out. A lot of times I see people are trying to dig in here, trying to push it in, but it's actually easier if you click it in, because over time, you know, the plastic will perhaps come brittle, and it's very easy to snap. So it's easier to snap in like that and then snap it out and then put this on your machine. So just a cute little tip there. So even feed for my travel M200 QDC nylon. Yes, all the QDC or all the even feed, again, they do have that nylon feet. So again, it's a great tip to make sure that you're always sewing on fabric, so then the metal teeth of the machine don't start chewing up those nylon teeth. So yes, I thought that was a great tip, so that's why I'm sharing it all with you. Now, also available for both. So again, double check if you've got a low shank or high shank, because available as well is the convertible even feed foot set. So this one says low shank, and then this one says high shank, memory craft embroidery machines and high shank models. So if you have, for example, a 9850, for example, is an embroidery machine and sewing machine combo, it is a high shank. So we could use this foot set. And the cool thing about the convertible even feed foot set is, again, it's the same even feed with those upper feed dogs here, and it attaches the same way. Again, upper high shank, and then this goes over that needle bar. But then the feet itself, you press the foot holder, and the feet itself, this is the closed toe version. The feet itself you can interchange. This is the open toe version, and they just snap on like that. So isn't that cool? And then also, to make it even more convertible, we have two guides. This one is for your stitch in the ditch, your ditch quilting guide that will snap in, and it gives you that rudder that will go down the middle of the foot for your ditch quilting. Or then you snap in this adjustable guide, and there's a little screw that you can slide this guide wherever you wish, and then snap that into place, and then this guide can move around. So great to do your echo quilting, however far you want to be quilting away from your needle. So again, you've got some adjustments here. So it's very cool. That is the convertible even feed foot set. Now, for those of you who maybe have another machine with AcuFeed Flex, and you think, oh, this, yes, is definitely the early predecessor of the AcuFeed Flex, of how these feet just attach onto the foot holder itself, because other machines then, like our Skyline S6 is the first in the Janome line to have the AcuFeed Flex foot. So our Skyline S6, or this is Skyline S7, Skyline S9, and then we've got, the 8200, 8900, 9400, 9450, 6700, Continental M7, MemoryCraft 15000, 12000. They all have this AcuFeed Flex. So again, we've got those upper feed dogs here. And the special thing about AcuFeed Flex is this hook actually integrates. There's a bar at the back of the machine, and this integrates with the upper feeding mechanism of the machine. So it is a very powerful way to feed your fabric evenly, that top layer and bottom layer evenly. So I demoed all about AcuFeed Flex and how to attach it, and showed you the little bar and the little tips for attaching this on a previous Ask Janome HQ segment, so you can go back to review that. But basically there, I'm holding my finger at the back, so make sure that clip goes over the upper feeding mechanism to integrate it into the machine. I make sure my foot holder is nice and square, and then I'm going to actually drop the foot and use my little screwdriver to tighten up that screw so it's nice and tight. Now you can see again how easily these feet, AcuFeed Flex feet, snap on and off. And again, I find it a lot easier if you actually attach your foot holder and then snap your foot into place, but they easily just come right off. And then we have, this is the closed toe version that comes with the foot holder that comes with a number of those machines. But there's also an open toe version, again, just like that convertible even feed foot set. There is an AcuFeed Flex foot that has a guide here on the edge, which is great for 1/4 inch piecing, or again, attaching your binding. There's a Ditch Quilting version. So it's a lot like this convertible even feed foot set, but it's for those machines that have AcuFeed built into them. Are there different feet for the even feed walking foot? It depends. Then some of the even feed feet, like for the 5mm machine here, will just have, like it's just as is. The feet are not convertible. But then specifically for the convertible even feed foot set, then yes, you have a closed toe version and an open toe version included with it. So it really depends on what even feed foot is compatible with your machine. For the even feed foot here for the HD9, for example, it's integrated in. There isn't a convertible option for the HD9. So it really depends on what your machine is. So, and also I wanted to, because again at just after 2 o'clock, I'm going to do another special live all about our giveaway for our 1,500 followers on Janome HQ. Again, what Janome machine or perhaps partner product, like, look at this beautiful daylight lamp to give you extra light where you need it. Or here is the, luminous light. Celine and I have these. We love these. So again, even partner products of what you would like to see more of from Ask Janome HQ and Janome's Magical Machine Mystery Tour and, Janome Canada in general. What machines and what partner products you would like more info of. So that's part of the component of our giveaway. So make sure to stay tuned for... there we go. Stay tuned for that post at 2 p.m. Eastern on Janome HQ Instagram page to talk all about our, that'll give you all the details about our giveaway. And again, I'm just going to do a really quick little live to then show you some of the fabulous prizes that we have, because we have 5 giveaways in total. So, so that's a quick whirlwind. I'm really going to try to keep these under half an hour in case that's one reason why I couldn't save this presentation previously. So, yes, thank you everyone for joining me today. And I hope to see you all next week. I plan to go, if the internet internet is good, knock wood, if the internet is good at the big hotel and casino that we're going to be at, then I will be coming to you live from Las Vegas to show you the fabulous, brand new, beautiful machine that we've all been waiting for. The machine itself debuts at 4 p.m. Eastern on April 19th. And then Wednesday, how perfectly, for my regular Instagram slot at 1 p.m. Eastern, then I will be going live, and I hope to show you the machine if I can actually get near it, because a lot of our dealers are going to be there too. So of course we want them to see it, but if I can get myself to a machine, I'll definitely be showing you more, all live from Las Vegas all next week. So thank you everyone for joining me, and I hope you have a fabulous day. Bye.